Hi, it's Loren Lockman from the Tango Wellness. So I've been asked to talk a little bit about what's the difference between eating cooked and raw foods if eating raw food too creates toxins in the body. And I would say that it doesn't. Very simply, when we consume cooked foods, it's not that eating cooked food creates toxins in the body. It's that cooking food creates toxins in the food. Okay, so I mean, the significant difference here that you want to understand is that when we cook food, we create toxic compounds that didn't exist formerly. Now the good news is that this only happens with everything we cook. Okay, maybe it's not really good news if you're eating cooked food. Anything that contains carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, you're creating a carcinogenic compound called acrylamide when you cook that food. Okay, anything that contains fat, you're creating problems with fats. Anything that contains proteins. There's a variety of different toxic compounds, advanced glycation end products, all kinds of things that are caused by cooking food. When we eat our food in the raw state that nature provides it to us, the things that are designed for our bodies don't contain toxic compounds. Now, what you're referring to, is there some toxicity created as a result of eating, processing food? Not that I'm aware of. I don't pretend to know everything, but I would say that we're designed to eat food. So if that's happening, it's okay. It's obviously something the body's designed to be able to deal with. Remember, we've been talking about the fact just the other day, cancer cells are in every body, every day. That's not a problem. So maybe there are toxic things that show up as a result of the process of eating somehow. Not that I'm aware of, but it might be the case. In a healthy system, it's clearly not a problem. And, we want to be careful. It's easy to get stuck in these ideas. Oh, that's how this conversation started. Well, but if eating raw food creates toxins too, then what do we eat, right? Even if there's some of that going on. There isn't as far as I'm aware, but even if there is, that's a very different problem than the fact that whenever we eat cooked food, your body responds as if it's been injured. Okay, there's an immune response to every cooked meal, as if you've been injured because you have. You've consumed something toxic and your body recognizes that and interacts with it in a very different way than it does the perfect, pure, raw, natural, high water content foods that we're actually designed to consume. Now, there are certainly some things that people consistently eat raw that nobody should be eating raw. They're not food for our bodies. If you eat raw garlic and onions, and just today on a forum someone was saying, that problem, the problem was, what was it? I think someone had some kind of swelling or something, I don't care what it was. Take garlic. Garlic will resolve that. Okay, well remember, no plant, no food, no substance ever heals the body. So if a substance is having that kind of effect, what does it mean? It means we're suppressing a symptom. Right? Remember that the swelling in this case, and whatever it might be, those symptoms are actually there because the body is cleansing and healing. It's part of the process. There are many people perhaps who would choose to feel better now. Just give me something to feel better right now. I want to suppress the symptom. I don't care about the long-term implications. But if what you care about, long-term, is creating an amazingly high level of health, then you want to get clear that suppressing symptoms isn't going to get you there. Okay? Why does garlic tend to have this effect? Why does it suppress symptoms? Because it kills bacteria that we depend on, and those bacteria are doing much of the work of the immune system. And when we kill them, they cease to do the job. We're not having symptoms because the body's not doing that cleansing and healing work it was doing before. So maybe that's the kind of toxic effects that you were talking about. I don't know. When we eat certain things, there's a problem. But when we eat watermelon and papayas and cantaloupes and mangoes and pineapples and other high water content fruits and leafy greens and simple salads, if there's any negative implications, negative effect of eating that, it's a minor thing, it's a minor issue that the body was designed to deal with. It may be similar to the fact that when we exercise, we create free radicals. Well, free radicals are negative. Yeah, and one of the reasons why exercising, 17 hours a day is not a good idea. Okay, I mean, it's increasingly clear that endurance athletes have higher rates of death. They're not healthier as a result of running marathons and so forth. Their bodies are being harmed because while we need to be physically active, when we're designed to be moving our bodies. So free radicals are being created in the body all the time, and the body can deal with them as long as it's a moderate amount, as long as it's a normal amount of activity. But as soon as we go up here into the head and think, well, if moving my body's good, running a marathon every day would be better, now we're likely to create a problem. Okay, because that's a level of damage to the body that the body is incapable of dealing with on an ongoing basis. Okay, so I hope that helps. It's a little bit of rambling this morning, but I hope it's really all pointing in the same direction, which is that when we do what's natural to the body is designed to deal with that. As soon as we go outside of that, we tend to create problems. Okay, I hope that helps.